Hello, everyone. Greetings. Hi, Sharona.
Hello, Tamar, and greetings to everyone. Beautiful day and a beautiful way to start our day. Should we take our minute?
Yeah,
Can I remember how valuable I am? It's not about external value, but turning my awareness inwards, beyond the mind, beyond the programmings, the conditionings, beyond all that, where there's this most gentle, quiet space, independent and free from all the roles, responsibilities, where I can just simply be and feel myself recharging in the calm, the centeredness and peace.
thank you. I always have so many thoughts, good thoughts when you start speaking that I don't even, we can start before the thought of the day.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
but can you share with us the thought for today?
yeah. There are three spiritual languages that will bring you success.
Three spiritual languages that will bring us success. אני אתרגם. יש שלוש שפות רוחניות שיביאו לכם הצלחה. שלוש שפות רוחניות. So I'm starting to think. Now, maybe, yeah, when you start doing like that, I started thinking, maybe I have an idea.
Mm,
But what's three languages are there? But you want to share?
sure. Whoever wants to start.
I was thinking, when you spoke, I was thinking about um, our thoughts, our words, and our behavior. Now, that's kind of languages. But then it occurred to me there's also the language of the heart.
Oh,
So I found the fourth one.
oh, oh. Actually, my attention first went to the word success.
Mm.
What is the success I'm aiming for, especially if I'm interested in a spiritual language, let alone three? So, what would be success? And so, first of all, just to clarify that we're not talking about success in our career, a success in our market value, but a success in our journey, our journey. It should be becoming more and more filled with light, easiness to see the path, forward movement, leaving behind baggage that we don't want to be carrying, that make us heavy, and more joy. I remember one of the most beautiful cartoons I've ever seen is somebody walking on a path. It's a kind of like, very colorful cartoon. And so there's hills and valleys and all different colors. And it's just almost like a stick figure, but there's musical notes all around her and she's dancing. This is success on our spiritual path. Or I could say our journey in life, let alone a spiritual path. We should be going in the direction of more and more free to be who we really are and independent of whatever are the influences around me and old influences inside me. So that's as far as success goes. So what will be the 3 spiritual languages which will bring us such success? I liked what you were saying there. That's really good. But I'm always concerned about the language of the heart. Maybe it's not so much about the word language from the heart, but it's about speaking from the heart. Because a lot of times the way that's interpreted is whatever is the garbage in the heart, I'm just going to let it out because that's me. That's being transparent. That's being authentic. And I'm always concerned about that because, my goodness, first of all, having that stuff in the heart and thinking that that's you is already to take is ready to take yourself off the path or turn around and go backwards. But also, even to bring such feelings into words increases those feelings, means negative feelings. So, but on the other hand, language of the heart could be something else, and that's one of the 3 languages that were in the versions we were studying this morning. One language, spiritual language that we have to learn is the language of thought, as you said, and the language of feelings, as you said, in the heart. In other words, the power of elevated thoughts, elevated feelings, they move, they transmit, and they speak. Sometimes you can hear this in expressions like, your silence speaks so loud, I can hardly hear a word you're saying, That's for oftentimes negative words and negative feelings. But the 3rd language is the language of the eyes, because the eyes are the windows to the soul. And you cannot lie in that language. You can barely lie in the language of thoughts or in the language of feelings, unless you get really clever in deception. But the language of the eyes is very, very hard to deceive people with. I mean, you can do it like you can with the other 3, but essentially these 3 languages are vibratory languages, and it's very hard to lie with them.
Wow, I have a lot to say because you touch so many points. First of all, when I really like the metaphor of that girl floating, smiling with joy, because I think if we put it in this is our aim. It's not going to be every day, but this is our aim. That walking through this path is not something we put a lot of effort in. It's something that should, when we start, we should find the way, we should find the tuning in. We're looking for it. So it can be effortless. It could be with joy, it could be happy. And it is a good aim. And, we starting to grasp it from time to time and then makes it more and more. And I have to say, you were talking about spiritual success, but I think what you're saying is also relates exactly to success for me as a mother, for me as in my career. It's exactly, I think, the same. I think a lot of times people look at it separately, but no, it's exactly the same.
You
If
mean
I want
it's
to
like
be
the
success,
basis?
yeah, if I want to be successful in my role as a parent,
Right.
okay, then I need these languages.
Mm.
I need to work with them, and they can help me a lot, and I can see where I'm not tuned in correctly or anything like that. So that's the second thing that occurred to me. And the third thing is the word success. Before we start talking about the languages, the word success, um, I think also needs to be clarified because we walk in a path and there are holes. How do you say? I think holes on the way,
Obstacles.
obstacles on the way, and we can fall on the way. And if we fell today, does it mean we were not successful today? As I look at success, as I see it, you know, being successful is if we want to go, if we're trying to reach that way and we did not lose the sight of our aim. The minute we lose the sight of our aim, we are in a problem.
We
But
felt.
but as long as we're we're focused on our aim, that by definition for me is success.
Yeah.
Because I can fall and I can be, you know what, sometimes I fall and I don't see at that moment that I fell even, but I still have my aim in front of me. So
Nice.
maybe at night I will understand that I fell. And maybe tomorrow I'll say to myself, okay, today I'm gonna try not to fall. So I'll be more, I have more focus toward that. I have my attention toward that. And maybe I'll fall again, even though I decided. But probably if I fell again, I won't see it at night. I will see it at noon that I fell. And I'll have my focus again.
That's
And
right.
tomorrow, the day after, maybe I'll be able to feel that I'm falling while I'm falling. I wouldn't even have to wait till noon. And each one of them is a great progress. Each one of them is a success, even though I fell. So fall. So for me, being successful is just holding the aim of where I want to go. And it doesn't really matter if I it doesn't really matter. It's not that it doesn't matter how long it takes me. All of us want to get there as fast as we can.
Mm.
But the speed of it, it's not a part of my success factors.
The speed of what? Reaching the aim?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
As long as I'm trying to go and doing my best, I always do my best because anyone who wants to get his aim, he just wants there. He wants it. Sometimes I'm sick. Sometimes, I'm not always on the same pace that I can be, and sometimes I'm very fast.
Right.
So as long as I respect my pace, the universe pace, having the aim, I feel success.
That's beautiful.
And I had I remember, there's hergel, how do you say hergel? Something we used to do every day.
Practice. Yeah.
Practice.
Real.
A really common practice is writing, three greetings every day, three thank yous in the morning and evening. And I added to it, adding two successes every day. Every day, two things
Nice.
that I was successful in.
Oh, bravo.
And it could be from everywhere, and it could be only trying to. You don't have to be successful. People think that success needs to be something very big. No, you just need to do something in the aim of what you want or think. Even a thought, like you said, even a thought could be on the way.
Yeah.
So success is a very huge concept to start looking at.
Unpacking. Yeah.
Unpacking.
Wow. I love so many of the things that you were saying. And I was just thinking of two things in particular. Um, not first of all, but just, how do we get to that point, which is kind of connected to how do we learn those three languages? Because we're saying learning those three languages, practicing them, speaking them will bring you this success, which is so interesting. But before I go into that, I also feel, and maybe it's just another way of saying what you're saying, that another measure of success, this very success you're talking about, is how long it takes me to get up. Because you spoke about falls. If I have a fall, if I fail or I fall, how long does it take me to get up? Not reach the destination or aim, but just to get up. And there was a marvelous video I saw of a little boy learning to ride the bike. And he was at the point where the father was no longer running with him and holding the seat. It's such an amazing international accomplishment there. But he was riding, and then he fell. Big fell, big fall. But because of this kid's upbringing, I don't know what, he got up and did such a victory dance. He immediately got up and went, jump, 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 and faced that bike and picked it up and rolled on. And to me, this is super success.
Right.
And yet, coming back to this whole,
I just need to, that I have that notion when I was teaching my kids to ride bicycle and ride with them, I always told them, you have 10 lessons to be good bicycle riders. And then I told them the ninth lesson is how to fall. And of
Okay.
course they fell in the second lesson or third, they already fell. And I said, yay, you marvel. You checked in the ninth lesson. You're already progressing very fast. So it's all a matter of how we build it in our perspective.
Yeah, totally. And that connects, I feel, to how we learn these three languages or how we end up being able to speak these three languages. Because speaking these three languages and ending up successful means that I've got a very nice, beautiful energy. My thoughts are the kind that create and maintain my own wisdom, my own peace, and my words are that as well. My eyes are that. These are the feelings in the heart. So how do we end up with that? I really feel that it's kind of like what both of us have been talking about up to now. It's the ability to know myself as a imperishably worthy, valuable entity, being from the inside. As if all the rubbish that's gathered in there, which could twist our energy and make us very dangerous people. I mean, what comes through those eyes when I'm angry or the feelings are wrong. All of that is because I have not recognized to an utmost extent that my value and my worth has nothing to do with how well I ride a bike or how many degrees I have, my positions, what kind of cell phone I have, my car, my home, my possessions. That's not where my value lies. And to really make this shift and experience, I think it's the big thing here is to experience my inner divinity as a child of the divine, to experience that love, which is an energy that I am made of and is coming to me from up above. Experience that peace, experience joy. These are all vibrations. Then I I lose the position. Somebody scratches my car. Um, uh, People don't appreciate, or they do. It doesn't matter. I begin this wonderful last leg of the journey, which is I'm independent of all of those things. That's where the dance starts.
Mm. That's a good note to end with that dance. And we still have a lot of things to think about how to get to that dance, but
That's right. That's right.
really,
Okay. So
Yeah.
we take a minute to come into the dance. Who am I? I am not whatever I've created of myself. I've been created divine.
Thank you very much, Sharona.
Thank you very much, Tamar.
Thank you all. And we'll see you tomorrow.
See you
Bye
tomorrow.
bye.